All right, our objective for today is I can solve multi-step equations with variables on both sides, and I can solve multi-step equations with distributing twice. So, today and tomorrow, we are working on equations because they are so important for next year. All right, so I want you to write this down. In order to get full credit for today, you need to turn in your notes and the work that I'm having you do. So your steps for solving multi-step equations are: 1, distribute. You always distribute first. Then you combine like terms, and those are the terms that are the same on the same side of the equal sign. Then you move the variables to the same side. You always need to get those variables together, and you always do that by either adding or subtracting. Then you move the numbers to the other side, and again, you always do that by adding or subtracting. Then you solve the one-step equation. And you do that by multiplying or dividing. So again, write that down. Make sure that's written down. All right, so our first example is a lot like what we've been looking at in class recently. So I'm going to follow the steps. Step 1, distribute. So I'm going to distribute the 2 to everything inside the parentheses. 2 times 3x is 6x. 2 times negative 10 is minus 20 equals 4x plus 20. So step 1 is done. All right, then step 2 says combine like terms. Well, if I look on this side, 6x minus 20, neither of those are like terms. If I look on the right side, 4x plus 20, those aren't like terms either. All right, so I don't really have to do combining like terms, so I'm going to check it off. Next, I need to move variables to the same side. So I need to move either 6x to the right or 4x to the left. And I'm going to move 4x to the left so that I keep my numbers positive. So this is a positive 4x, so I'm going to subtract 4x from both sides. 6x minus 4x is 2x. Keep the minus 20. Haven't done anything with the numbers yet. Equals positive 20. Variables are on the same side. Then I need to move the numbers to the other side. So I need to move the minus 20 over. So I do that by adding 20 to both sides. So I get 2x equals 40. Numbers are on the same side. Then my last step is solving the one-step equation, and I do that by either multiplying or dividing. So in this case, I'm going to divide. Since this is 2 times x, the opposite is divide by 2. X equals 20. And I followed all my steps, and now I'm done. All right, one more of this kind. So again, same process, just a little, like it just looks a little bit different. So first thing I need to do is distribute. So I'm going to distribute. I'm going to rewrite 6 minus 3x equals 15x minus 12. Right? Again, I have no like terms to combine. I'm going to move variables to the same side, so I'm going to add 3x. All right, again, I'm doing that so I keep positives. So 6 equals 18x minus 12. Then I'm going to add 12 to both sides. So I did this. I'm doing the move numbers. 18 equals 18x. Solve the one-step equation, divide by 18. 1 equals x. Okay, so I want you to pause the video, and I want you to tell me that, I want you to send me an email or Miss Welding an email, depending on who is your teacher, and I want you to tell us that you are at 4 minutes and 45 seconds on the video. 4 minutes. Just tell us 4 minutes, 45 seconds. All right? and then unpause it and come back and watch the rest of the video. You will get 1 extra credit point for doing this. Alright, so now we're going to do equations with 2 distributions, but variables only on one side. Okay, it looks like a lot, but it really isn't. So first thing I need to do is distribute everything. So this 2 is going to be distributed to everything inside the parentheses, and the 8 is going to be as well. So that gives me 6 equals 2 times 1, which is 2. 2 times 6n plus 12n. 8 times 3n is still plus 24n. And 8 times 5 is plus 40. Alright, so I distributed. Now I need to look at combining like terms. So on the left side, there's no like terms, it's just a 6. On the right side, I need to combine my numbers, and I need to combine my variables. So I'm going to combine my numbers, 2 and 40. So 6 equals 2 plus 40 is 42. And then I combine my variables. 12 plus 24 is plus 36n. Okay, move variables to the same side. Well, good news. Variables are already on the same side. Now I need to move my numbers to the same side. So I'm going to subtract 42. So 6 minus 42. Well, that's 6 is positive, 42 is negative, so really I got to do 42 minus 6. Which is 36. And it's negative since the 42 is bigger. So negative 36 equals 36n. And then solve the one-step equation. If you notice, all of these are you're dividing. Your last step is always dividing. So divide by 36, divide by 36, negative 36 divided by positive 36, negative 1 equals n. All right, one more. Again, your notes count again as doing the assignment. All right, so distribute. So the first one's easy. You get 20x plus 30. And then here's where I'm going to see some mistakes. When I'm distributing this, I need to think of distributing it as a negative 3, right? So I'm going to think negative 3 times a positive 8. Negative and a negative is a negative and a positive is a negative. 3 times 8 is 24x. Okay? And then I need to think of it as a negative 3 times a negative 7. So negative and a negative is a positive. 3 times 7 is 21. And that all equals 39. So I distributed. Then I combine like terms. Combine my variables and combine my numbers. So 20x minus 24x is 4x. 30 plus 21 is positive 51, and that equals 39. Kind of wrote it far away. Now I need to move variables to the same side. Well, good news, they're already on the same side. Now I need to move numbers to the other side. So I'm going to subtract 51 from both sides. Just like before, 39 minus 51, I can think of as 51 minus 39. Okay. And it's negative, so 4x equals negative 12. Divide by 4. X equals negative 3. Alright, so that is the end of this video. You need to go back to Canvas to read what else is expected of you. There are about 8 problems that you need to do and turn in for a grade of 15 points today.